So hey guys, it is almost 1 o'clock in the morning and it is radio show day. We are actually still in the studio right now. I promised myself that I was going to take some time off tonight. That just did not happen. Look at my hat. It says Cornerstone Wealth Corporation. That is the very first company that I ever started when I went into business. So now you know the truth behind it all. So let's see, what are we going to do tonight? I don't like that one. I don't know why I don't like that one. It kind of makes me feel like I'm on a Death Star or something. And I don't want to be on a Death Star. I don't want to be on that. I don't want to wear bunny ears. No. I'm going to be surprised if we get anyone on the air, to be honest with you. Just because, like, right now, we're not doing that either. It's just I'm not going to be in drag either. Nothing, no light in that. No light. Okay. One thing we might do real quick. Let's see here. Is that too much light? Because we're in the studio. So everybody hang tight. Trying to see where this is going to look the best because that's where we want us to be, is in our best. Okay. All right. So I guess that's going to do it right there. But my shirt, my hat says Cornerstone Wealth Corporation. It's a company I started back in 1987 when I was 19 years old, and it was by the Federal Trade Commission. It was the largest credit repair company in the world that they wanted to shut down. And we beat them the first time in court, but the government has what's called an unlimited amount of money. And it just got to the point where it wasn't fun to do the business anymore. And I'd already made my mark in the business. We stayed in business for 23 years. So I was pretty happy about that. Everybody from my sister to my mom to my dad, everyone in my family became part of the company. And so it was actually pretty interesting. It's a lot of fun. We helped about 70 to 100,000 people worldwide. We had clients in Hawaii. The credit bureaus are relentless when they report information on you. And I know a lot of our followers right now are not in the United States. But I tell you what, your credit will cost you a lot of money if you don't have your ducks in a row. It's like this coronavirus stuff that's going on when we're under a shelter-in-place order. And we can't go to work and we can't do anything, and yet we're supposed to pay our bills. And so Judge Clay Jenkins, which we're still trying to get him on the show, he's swamped, guys. But I believe he put in one of his amended orders that no creditor could report you negative on your credit report while we were under the coronavirus pandemic. So be careful with your creditors. Don't just think they're going to follow the law, because they're not. They'll take advantage of you. Bridgecrest, I'll call you out right now from, you've seen the commercials with Carvana. Well, Carvana, they do most of their financing through Bridgecrest. And if you have an account with them, I highly recommend that you actually look at your account online and go to Credit Karma or annualcreditreport.com and see if they're reporting you late, because I have found where they're reporting several of my friends late. And we're going to see what we can do to help them about that, because they're actually violating a court order. They were put on notice today they're violating a court order, and they continue to violate the court order. And in any case, so we wanted to jump on here. Today is radio show day. It's like my favorite day of the week. And today is going to be a very incredible show, because it is at a new day, Thursday. It is at a new time, set 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I would just want to say thank you to everybody that's been so understanding about the reason we actually changed the time of the show and the day of the show. We've actually had people researching as to when we're getting the most of our audience. You may or may not be aware, we're about to hit 255,000 people worldwide on Instagram alone. Incredible, humbled beyond belief, and thank you so much. But we want to make sure that we're using, that we're hitting our audience the best time that we should. And so we hired some people to start looking into things, and they did that. And when they did that, they found that Thursday at 6 p.m. was like the best time for everybody around the world in New York and Atlanta, saying hi to everybody. I'll get to everybody just as soon as I can. But in Afghanistan, Brazil, Switzerland, we are literally heard around the world. And that's thanks to Blog Talk Radio, because that's our radio station. And they push us like no one else ever has. And I don't know if I've ever actually thanked Blog Talk Radio, but thank you so much, guys. You guys are amazing. They actually helped me start this little radio show that has grown into be pretty huge. And I'm very grateful for that. Today, we actually have a brand new guy that's joining our team. And his nickname is the Emperor of Facebook. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see what his point of views are going to be on our show, to hear what he's going to say as far as comments and what flair he will bring to the show. Because this guy knows what he's talking about. And I think he's going to be a really good, incredible team player with myself and Almost Warwidge with Warwidge and None. Speaking of Warwidge and None, they have a brand new website. Go to warwidgeandnone.com. And they have been doing it behind the scenes, but you can't do much on social media without me finding out. And their website is just absolutely pretty fucking amazing. So if you need any legal help, that's who we recommend, okay? On tonight's show, it's radio show day. Everybody clap. Yes, I'm so excited. And please make sure that you listen to the show live, because for the first time, if you call into the show and you press 1, and you ask a question that is relevant to the topic we are talking about, then we are going to give you a prize. We're not going to tell you what it is yet, but trust me, it will be worth it. So everybody grab a pen, and at 6 p.m. tonight, Central Standard Time, you need to be listening to All You Need to Know Radio. Are you ready? You got it. 516-531-9990. That is 516-531-9990. Now, when you call, you have two choices. One is that you can actually sit there and listen to the entire show. We have no problem with that whatsoever. In fact, we're one of the only radio shows in the world that actually allows you to do that. Most of the time, the radio stations, they will rush you off the air because they're trying to get more callers to call in, just to keep the audience, moving. We have 50 lines, so we don't have to worry about that. Also, don't be too upset if for some reason you cannot get to the show. You will not qualify for our prize. However, we are very fortunate that we are on Spotify, we are on iTunes, Google Play. I believe you can say, Alexa, play All You Need to Know Radio, and I will come on the radio for you. Anywhere you can watch or listen to on-demand shows, All You Need to Know Radio is very humbly and blessed there. So if you miss the show, it's okay, but you will not qualify for the prize. So once again, also on Facebook, All You Need to Know Radio, Twitter, All You Need to Know Radio, and Instagram, of course. The first 15 minutes of the show will be live on Instagram. Now, the fun thing about tomorrow's show is we are trying to figure out a way to use Zoom. That way, you'll be able to see all of the co-hosts, Myself, you'll see, of course, because you always do, but the other two co-hosts, and you'll be able to see them. We're trying to work that out. It's not been as easy as we thought it was going to be, but I think it's something that I really want our audience to see, that we have some really dedicated people here that give their time, and they go out and they research this stuff to be able to give you accurate, unscripted, and nothing but the truth. Which, God damn it, right now all we're getting is lies out of the White House. Good grief, Donald Trump. When did he go to medical school? Dr. Fauci, that has saved millions of Americans' lives, he is now coming after him. Why? Because he needs to distract. I understand. But why do you go after the person that has literally saved millions of people's lives? I mean, I just don't get it. I mean, I guess I did not get that gene of where you're mean and disrespectful to every single person you meet. Now, don't get me wrong. I can be mean. I can be disrespectful. I can be hateful. And Larry, please accept my apologies. I'm not going to move any further from that, but I would like to say I'm sorry. But Dr. Fauci has saved millions of people's lives. Millions of people's lives. Why in the hell would Donald Trump want to go after him? I'm just going to play you just because I can. And you've got to hear this crap from Donald Trump. And I even have it on Facebook as warning. If you listen to Donald Trump instead of Dr. Anthony Fauci, you may die. That is not really a joke. That is actually how I feel. And it's just really fucking sad that this guy doesn't get it. So here we go. This is, I believe, NBC News, Lester Holt.
Happen to any child at any time.
And here we go.
Calling Fauci's warning against reopening too soon not acceptable, especially when it comes to schools. This as that rare child illness is now in at least 17
There's
states.
another illness out there, guys. We haven't even talked about it. We will talk about it on tonight's show.
An ousted federal vaccine chief issuing his own bleak warning.
Why is everybody else always wrong and Donald Trump is always right? Why is no one saying, Donald Trump, you're right?
The latest big name to cancel
Something to think about.
in-person classes for the fall. A major American company telling employees they can work from home forever. Is this the future of the American office?
It is actually, by the way.
The FBI sounding the alarm how China is trying to steal U.S. vaccine research. The news tonight from a member of our NBC News medical team, how he may have gotten the virus even while taking extreme care. His message to everyone watching.
Heartbreaking.
First responder fatally shot by police 8 times in her own home. Her family now.
How does that shit happen?
The outrage tonight. And for the class of 2020, a graduation like you've never seen.
Here we go. NBC News. I love Lester Holt. Thank you so much for this. This is him talking about Anthony Fauci.
Grim projections that just weeks ago brought this country together against a common enemy are under fire tonight, along with the doctor who has helped lead the fight against coronavirus. President Trump tonight rejecting Dr. Anthony Fauci's dire warnings against reopening the country too soon. The president late today suggesting schools could reopen soon, even as we learn kids may be at more risk from COVID than previously thought. While Fauci himself, who has predicted many more Americans will die, came under a broad attack. And that's where our reporting begins with Jeff Bennett.
President Trump tonight slamming the stark warning from Dr. Anthony Fauci against reopening the country too soon.
Look, he wants to play all sides of the equation.
No, he wants to be honest with the American people and not lie like he does.
It's just, to me, it's not an acceptable answer, especially when it comes to schools.
During Tuesday.
Okay, so Donald Trump, who the fuck died and left you God? The thing is that with this crazy stuff going on, Donald Trump, where did you go to medical school? How did you become a scientist? I know that you're a stable genius. That's comical in itself. If you listen to Donald Trump and not the scientist, and you go out too soon, you may die. Make sure you're aware of that. That's not a game. That's not something I'm exaggerating. It's something that is just the facts, Jack. And Donald Trump doesn't seem to know the truth. If it would have bit him in his fat ass. I mean, it is disgusting, and it is just disgraceful how he has taken one of the office of the President of the United States that used to mean something. People used to listen to the office of the President of the United States, and now they laugh at us. That's okay. Donald Trump's days are numbered. Remember, vote by mail, guys. Do not put your life in danger and go to the polls, because that's what the Trump people want you to do, so they can mess with your vote. They're going to scream the election was rigged either way. Donald Trump is not going to leave the White House just, sorry guys, I lost. It's not going to happen that way. I mean, what's going to end up happening is that Donald Trump is going to say that it was rigged, and we'll see what happens. But today is radio show day. Let's talk about what we're going to talk about on the show. We have William, or Will, and he is going to be joining us as part. We're just going to see. It's Will and then Kolb, so Cobb. I need to make sure I'm saying his name right, because it would be awful not to be saying his name right. On his Facebook page, he's called the Emperor of Facebook. So I am really, he actually approached us, and we had been looking for, I want someone with a different kind of personality on the show. If you haven't noticed, I'm a pretty outgoing personality, and I have no problem in saying what I believe. Now, I will never lie to you. I will never mislead you, and no one on my show will ever do that to you. You get unscripted and our opinions of what's going on based off of what we can verify. We do verify our sources, by the way. It was really funny because I posted the numbers with the coronavirus now, and someone said, hey, could you please tell us who your sources are? So I did, and they're like, great. See, now they believe you. See, Donald Trump thinks that when you say sources, that means you don't have any sources. That's because in his little lollipop land, sources don't live. They can't survive because they need the truth to survive. So I really hate ragging on this president every single week. But the bottom line is with our social media platform, one thing we failed to do in 2016 was stand up and scream every time Donald Trump lied, every time he bullied someone, every time that he was getting help in the election. I saw all of it coming. Guys, it's coming again. Make sure that you vote by mail. It is the safest way to do it, okay? Driver's license places. If your license is expired, I found out this today. They have extended all driver's licenses until the coronavirus is no longer a pandemic. So Greg Abbott said, screw it. The driver's license places, the motor, if you want to put a car in your name that you paid off, not going to happen. All those places are shut down and people are working from their homes, but they will not let you sign up online. And I think that is a big misstep. Because if you let people sign up online, at least you have record of what people are doing. What do I know? So back to the show. The show is at a brand new time, which is 6 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. Make sure you tell all your friends and family. Guys, we want you to listen tonight. It's so important what we're talking about. And what's interesting is that since we have been talking about it for the last 2 days, finally, the New York Times and Maggie Egerman from one of the newspapers, they're starting to ask the same question. And our question will be, since Donald Trump, the President of the United States, even though he tells everybody to wear protective gear, does not. And Michael Pence, Vice President of the United States, even though when he is asked to please wear a mask when you go in to see war veterans and things like that, and he does not. Now, there have been at least, and this is the last time I've looked, 13 people, including 11 Secret Service agents that have tested positive for the coronavirus. That means, in layman terms, that the coronavirus has invaded the West Wing of the White House, which is as close as you could get to Donald Trump. Now, do you think Donald Trump is going to come out and tell you he has the coronavirus? No. Donald Trump is going to try to he's going to try to act like he's great, or he's going to disappear, or he's going to have a death in his family, or some kind of just made up lie. And the bottom line is I think they both have it. I think they both have tested positive for it, and allegedly, make sure we say that. And also, guess who becomes president if they both go on ventilators and they're incapacitated? You find out tomorrow by listening to our show at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. All You Need to Know Radio, you can call 516-531-9990. Go to Facebook, All You Need to Know Radio. There will be a link on Twitter, Instagram. First 15 minutes of the show is live on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, and you can listen to the show, okay? Please tell all your friends and family about it. And do you want to win that prize? Be thinking about a question of what I just asked you. If Donald Trump and Mike Pence both go on ventilators, who becomes the acting president of the United States? Find out tomorrow night on All You Need to Know Radio. Thank you guys so much for your support. Remember, keep reaching for the stars, because that's where it all begins. Never let anyone tell you how to love, who to love, or how to make your dreams come true. America, we are a strong country, and we will get through this pandemic that Donald Trump has put us square in the middle of. With all his inaction and his incompetence, and basically him having no experience of dealing with a pandemic like this, this is what you get when a reality star becomes the president of the United States. They get to play a president on TV, but they're a failing president. Until tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, we love you guys. Thank you again so much. We're about to hit 255,000 people right here on Instagram. Humbled beyond belief. Good night.